going on, everyone? It's Anthony Aiken Jr.
And I'm Fabrizio Salerno.
It's your boy Darren Opoku.
Steph Curry, the splash bro. She in sync, hit the pick like Kirby and Smash Bro. Can we link like Zelda? Cause legend has it.
All right, so let's just get straight to it. CJ McCollum signed a 3-year extension, $100 million with the Portland Trail Blazers. Are you with this move or are you not?
For sure with it. The second best backcourt in the entire NBA, with no doubt about it. Gives them an opportunity to compete at a high level until the mid and early 2020s. What I like about this move is just the fact that, you know, now like you have your, like I said, you have your core backcourt of CJ and Dame, and now you just, you know, build around them, you know, shooters, defenders, big men that could, you know, do a lot of damage. And, you know, in the West it's tough, especially with Steph and now LeBron being out there, but I feel like with them, they could really get close to getting a championship or even get one within the next 4 or 5 years. Because like I said, now the league's so wide open. You know, now everybody is a tandem of 2, and, you know, instead of 3 or like super teams like that. So, you know, with that extension move, it's really big for Portland.
I agree. I think, number one, when you're talking about the collective of a full, you know, 9-man rotation, 10-man rotation, I believe the Portland Trail Blazers have one of the best rotations in the league. When you look at players, number one, if Nurkic comes back healthy, if Hassan Whiteside is able to fill in that role to the best of his ability.
He will. It's a contract year, so.
And, you know, the other pieces around them, obviously CJ and Dame, we could talk about them all day, but I think, number one, just them playing with each other for so long, it's going to take time for Russell Westbrook and James Harden to gel. It's going to take time for Stephen Curry, D'Angelo Russell, and Klay Thompson. You got to see how that looks eventually. So when it comes to their backcourt, that's a backcourt that's been doing it for a very long time. So their continuity is going to be there right from the start. They usually have a great regular season. You can always count on them being a top 3 team. I think now their challenge is more so getting to the NBA Finals with what they have.
Right, getting over that hump.
Because right now it's locked in. You can't really do much else. I mean, Damian Lillard has a big contract. CJ McCollum has his. So that's kind of their ceiling. Right. And then this is kind of what they're going off of. Also, shout out to CJ McCollum's haircut. You know, I don't think people notice. I usually go to the barbershop. I show them a picture of CJ McCollum, and I tell them to give me that cut. Shout out to Stefan Urkel. Stefan, Family Matters. Y'all know that's a throwback right there. He used to rock that haircut. CJ McCollum, keep it alive.
Hey, but shout out to Steve Urkel, though. Don't let that pass. Stefan, Steve Urkel. He's the one who won Laura at the end. So that's all that matters, fellas. Keep doing you.
That's debatable.
Damn, they got married.
How you know they got married? They went to outer space.
You didn't see that Laura married Steve Urkel?
Actually, you're right. You're right.
Whose man's is this?
That's why the show ended bad, though. That's why the show ended bad.
I didn't know.
Show called Family Matters. It was all about
phenomenally.
Steve Urkel at the end.
It ended phenomenally.
I'm all for CJ getting the bag, you know. Not being highly recruited out of college, you know. He went to Lehigh, journalism major, as myself and my dad. But, you know, it is the second best backcourt in the league. So, you know, getting that $100 million contract, he had to prove it for sure. So, that's all.
Now, y'all keep on saying second best backcourt, so I want to know who the first best backcourt is.
It's obviously
the 3-time champs, Golden State Warriors, Steph and Klay.
Steph and Klay? Yeah, I don't think Russell James is going to have anything to say about that.
Not even close.
What?
Honestly, in my humble opinion, I would put Jamal Murray and
Gary Harris.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Honestly, yeah, and that's why it was good for Portland to kind of, you know, throw the money at them now, because young and up-and-coming guys like them, you know, veteran guys like Steph and Klay, and just other backcourt tandems in the league are just, you know, trying to ascend to get back to championship contention.
The young point guards in the league, okay? So just to make this fair, we have to go under 25, okay? I bring this up for a reason. Under 25, which point guard do you think, and we can all answer this, which point guard do you think will have a breakout season next year?
Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball.
Why?
That's all I gotta say. He has the Lonzo is the point guard of the past in this day and age. And I say that because he likes to advance the basketball. Nowadays, point guards hold the ball, they pound the air out of the basketball. Lonzo gives it up. Now that he has athletic people, athletic wings, Brandon Ingram with him,
Zion Williamson.
Zion Williamson. Who else came with him from the Lakers? Josh Hart, Drew Holiday, Jackson Hayes. People that can actually run the floor. Lonzo's going to have a field day. He's going to have a breakout season due to the fact that he has players that can actually run with him. And, with the Lakers, he worked well with LeBron, but it just wasn't a great tandem because LeBron wanted to slow the game down. Transition opportunities came, stuff like that. He would be the, guy starting to break. But as far as everything goes, like, he can run the floor, he can push the break, and the New Orleans Pelicans, sorry, can't get back in the past. But New Orleans Pelicans, the team is built. I feel like the team is now built around Lonzo, in a sense, and Zion. So he's just gonna benefit from everything like that. So yeah.
I'm gonna take this a step further. I'm gonna say Trae Young.
Trae Young.
The reason I say Trae Young is there's reports saying he gained 12 to 15 pounds of muscle, and after having his rookie season being runner-up for Rookie of the Year, I feel like now he's just gonna ascend to a next level. Add in pieces in the offseason like Cam Reddish, amongst other rookies, he could.
Shout out Killer Cam.
Killer Cam Duke, yep.
Oh, God. I do like the Trae Young. First and foremost, in the workout videos at the Sky.
He's going to Lifetime,
Courts,
yep.
Lifetime Court. Shout out to Chris.
Yeah.
He's been looking crazy, man. I mean, everybody looks nice,
Oh, of course.
In the summer workouts.
When you're doing runs.
Shit, put a camera on me, I look nice.
Yo, you had my man J. Cole looking like he need a 10-day contract.
Hey, fam, he hit somebody with a behind the
back?
Excuse me, fam.
What, the pull-up three?
I was like,
Lord.
wait.
The real is back.
He raps and hoops.
Fuck. And he really do it.
Well, his rapper go to the NBA, so.
He really do it. Shout out to 2 Chainz.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I like the picks. Now, let me be clear when we said breakout, because I know a lot of y'all might comment, Jamal Murray, but he's already been kind of ascending.
He's
already playoffs established.
Exactly. So I like y'all 2 picks. The player that I'm going with is actually DeJounte Murray of the San Antonio Spurs.
That's a great pick.
I actually think the Spurs are going to make the playoffs. I know you can easily count them out when you look at the other teams. In the Western Conference, like Sacramento Kings, they might float around there.
Okay.
And there's a few teams. But I think, number one, Greg Popovich, he has not failed us when it comes to developing young talent.
Absolutely not.
Has not failed us at all. If you guys watched, he didn't really play much of last season. He was hurt. But
towards ACL.
Towards ACL. But the season before that, he came on the scene. Nobody really knew much about him. He had a great rookie year for a player that we never heard of at all. He can get to the basket. He can play on both ends of the floor. And I just think him being the general of that team, he's their future. If you look at that roster and you look at all the pieces they have, I think he's the best young piece that they have. He's the guy 5 years from now that they are going to hopefully build a franchise around. So I think this is the season now that he's back fully healthy. I think this is the season he really does have a breakout year.
Wow, that's really good. I like the fact that you said that he's going to be the main piece. Because, nowadays, how the Spurs went, it was around Tim, Tony, Manu. Now that those guys are out, I believe, he's really going to be one of the focal points of that team. And, give credit to the Spurs. They do bring out some great talent. Now, Lonnie Walker didn't play as much last year. Summer League averaged around 30. Derek White, what he did in the playoffs last year. But yeah, they just bring a whole bunch of underappreciated players, develop them under Pop, let them get some experience, let them mess up in the league, and the next year they come back better. That's the word. Need some motion, nigga?
Today we're gonna talk about a legend. All right, a legend. One of the most relevant icons in sports media.
Big me up, bro. Big me up.
You can love him. Most hate him.
Big me up.
Okay, this man gets so much hatred. And for good reason, because I hate him too.
Guys, he's talking about me. He's pulling up my highlights right now, so
Well, you know what?
check me out.
It's funny because I actually would say you play sort of like him. If we had to give y'all gameplay a grade, I think we giving y'all the same grade on both the style of play and on how you guys talk about basketball and what y'all know. I think y'all like the same person basically.
You better disrespect the shit out of me.
So let's begin right now. Ryan Holland highlights. Let's go.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Ryan Hollins. Yo, Darren, get back over here. Get back over here. Let's look at the career of the man, the myth, the legend, Ryan Hollins.
First and foremost, I'm a
hold on.
I'm a guard. I'm a guard. The fact that this man is disrespecting my game right now, it's just beyond me.
Bro,
You should be locked up for this. You should be locked up for this. I'm going to fifth.
Nice quick move.
Alley.
It's a simple alley-oop.
Bro, why are you?
I can do this in 2K.
Bro, why are you doing that?
Okay, untucked jersey. He was before Kyrie Irving. Ryan Hollins, shout out with the untucked jersey. I see you, boy. Okay.
Why are you gassing him up like that?
Boom. My man Daniel Gibson with the alley. Come on, man.
Daniel Gibson penetrating into the middle. And Ryan Hollins throws down.
This man Ryan Hollins run fun.
Got their calling card. They're working on it. But this is what they can do, score the ball. As Ray missed the left-handed runner. Davis up the floor to Daniel Gibson. On top to Hollins. Van Wood running up and down the floor. Nice pass by Ruby. And Ryan Hollins.
Overall, how you guys feel about this highlight tape?
It's not that impressive, if I'm being honest with you.
I'm gonna keep it a smooth buck. I don't even play like this. This man, the disrespect is just blasphemy. The fact that I'm sitting here right now being compared to Ryan Hollins.
All right, bro, that's enough.
I am a basketball savant. This?
Johan Petro comes off the bench, misfires, easy rebound, gobbled up by Gibson, down the floor. Oh, he is the high jumper.
Cut the video. Cut the video.
Yeah,
Cut the video. Cut the video. I'm sick of this.
Bro, this come on.
No.
Bro,
I'm not sitting here to watch a 7-minute highlight.
Let's look at the comment section. Who's here because of First Take? You know Ryan Hollins paid someone to make this. Believe it or not, shout out to Ryan Hollins. Yo, I appreciate your Cash App though. You know what I mean? You see we made the video and whatnot. You feel me? We did it for you. So shout out to him for, you know what I mean, giving Darren a nice outfit, giving Fabrizio a nice outfit. He putting money in our pockets. We gonna make as many of these reaction videos as you want. You dig what I'm saying? If you send another Cash App, we gonna make another 2 minutes of your highlight video. You dig? Is this Ryan Hollins' secret YouTube account? Probably took several years to find this little bit of footage. You can tell dude was trash because the intro is a minute long trying to convince us he's not before the highlights even start. Going to show what a real player he was. Shows his 1 dunk per game. This guy says Giannis is no MVP. Giannis has more highlights on 1 game than this scrub in his whole career. Damn. Somebody commented simply, bona fide scrub, ... ellipses. Dude averaged 3.7 points and 2.2 rebounds a game in a span of 10 years. Dude is trash on and off the court, LOL. Only played in the NBA because he was 7 foot tall. Someone called him the Bronze Lob City finisher. Somebody also said, I don't know what I wasted more time on, watching this or listening to his Second Take appearances. The show's called First Take, not Second Take. So he could dunk. Wow. Somebody commented, waste of height. Should have given me this height. Alright, he also put the praying hands to God. Oh, interesting. Somebody said, Ryan Journeyman Hollins reminds me of a lower version of JaVale McGee. Shaq in the Fool's finest.
Nah, we gotta stop.
No, you gotta put respect to JaVale. He's got 2 rings, he's good.
Wow, bro.
Somebody said, hey, better than Anthony Bennett. That's for damn sure. Somebody said, I keep waiting for a nice old jumper. Hell, at least to bounce the ball. I just wasted 7 minutes of my life.
Yeah, so it comes to show it was all dunks.
It was all dunks, guys. There was no reason for us to watch this. You know, someone even said I watched this Dude's been passed around like the league like a blunt.
Damn. This is what it comes to, Ryan. You're being compared to a blunt. Like, come on.
Yo.
Jesus, boy.
Alright, so I didn't even want to do this.
This is pure stupidity.
I remember somebody talking about how Giannis was going to dunk his way through the playoffs and yada, yada, yada. Listen, this man is right now, he's the most overrated in basketball. Is
Get the fuck out of here.
Ryan.
he a good basketball
Unbelievable.
player? I love him. I love him. I like him. I like what he
Everyone
said.
loves
You
him.
are a hater. You're going from hating on Kawhi
Absolutely.
to hating on Giannis. Giannis isn't overrated.
He's absolutely
Please
overrated.
proceed. Tell me how he's overrated. You guys put this man essentially in the NBA Finals this year. 60, whatever win season.
went to the conference finals.
Balled out. You put
Two wins away from the finals.
Hold up, chill.
MVP of the league,
You
most
put
likely.
him in the NBA Finals. He did not make it there. Not just did he not make it, he grossly underachieved.
Honestly, how did he? I just want to, Ryan. Hey, Darren here. Just kind of want to get a gist of what you're thinking here. Every time previously before the season, every time Giannis made it to the playoffs, he got bounced out of the first round. He exceeded expectations to going to the conference finals and winning MVP of the league. So, I'm pretty sure Jordan didn't go from first round to NBA finals. If we're just really being transparent here. So saying that he drastically underachieved, I could throw you a lob right now and, between you dunking it or laying it up, that's vastly underachieving in my eyes. But to say this man is, just.
You believe that Russ is such an X factor, such an X factor,
Don't say
that
it.
his performance
Don't
can
say it.
carry the Thunder over the Warriors.
He said it again.
Absolutely. There's nobody on the Warriors that can stop Russ if he
God.
We're gonna end this off.
No, just end it.
Just
end it.
Just in closing. Go.
Done. Thanks.
So yeah, well, today we're gonna be talking about LeBron James. You feel me? LeBron James. It's Taco Tuesday.
Hey, it's Wednesday, my nigga.
Ain't it funny how you talk a little bit about LeBron, your camera just died? Ain't that a coincidence?
Nah, it's not.
So yeah, guys, today, again, LeBron James has been having a great time cooking tacos, watching his son play in the backyard, some basketball. And, Bronny James is getting ready for the upcoming season, about to be playing with Dwayne Wade's son, Zaire, out there in L.A. Championship games. LeBron James, being the dad that he is, decided to come to some games. His presence was felt. He was on the floor. When LeBron James, anytime his son did anything spectacular, specifically at the end of the games, his son did a nice dunk. LeBron James ran on the court, kind of slid on the court, and proceeded to celebrate.
With that particular play, that his son wasn't even on the floor. It's other kids on the team that he's so happy to be around. It's just the fact that.
By the way, I was talking about the incident. I was talking about it was Bronny, but he is correct. There was another video that surfaced where it was a alley-oop.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But sorry to cut you over. It was just like, how could, literally, the fact that LeBron didn't play in the playoffs this year, and the fact that his son is now playing AAU, now starting to get on the high school circuit, it's just, people find a story in everything. Leave that man alone. There's other dads out there, and I wholeheartedly believe there's other dads out there that get hyped just like that, but the fact that it's LeBron James just gets overblown.
Hey, it's on the record.
I was too in LeBron's situation. His mom working all the time, playing AAU basketball, not letting your mom be there. And, I see myself in the future being at my child's game, having fun, trying to, inspire the team, things like that, and just being grateful because, I I wasn't put in that situation that other people have been. So I can now change the generation in my family and, keep that legacy going. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that people want to bash him and say he's doing too much and shit like that. There's this guy on Twitter, check out his handle and what he said about LeBron, but I will put it up on the screen. But like, why? Like, why are you gonna seek so much attention? And while you cheated on your pregnant wife, waiting for your son to be born, it just makes no sense to me. Like, you're gonna be at your son's baseball game, football game, and you're just gonna sit there, monotone, clap. No. When your son makes a spectacular play, you're going to get up and wild out. I do it for my brother now. My little brother, who's 6 or 7 years younger than me, now he has somebody to come to his games. And trust me, it lights a fire in my heart and opens up my eyes to see what my brother does well. When he makes a great play, I'm running up and down the bleachers like a goddamn maniac. Because I didn't have that as a kid. I at the time, I'm the oldest in my family, so at the time, it's like, when I look in the stands, I'm always seeing my friend's mom or my friend's dad, cheering on, hey, good job, Darren, good play. You know what I'm saying? And it helps. But, it's a little different than having your own parent there actually loving and supporting you, or family, for that matter. So, for the fact that LeBron's getting bashed for some shit like this is just beyond me. It just goes to show how anybody has a voice and can say anything. And it's just fucking stupid, bro.
And I don't know if you're talking about Jason Whitlock, if that was the name.
No, not Jason Whitlock.
But Jason Whitlock
He started the narrative.
He was one of the people, which Jason Whitlock always has something idiotic
guys,
and
KFC
against
Barstool.
the edge. Okay, KFC Barstool. I seen that. I seen that as well.
You cheated on your wife, bro. She's pregnant, bro.
Yeah, KFC Barstool, fix your family situation before you talk about somebody else's as a dad. I'm gonna let Fabrizio go, and then I'll go right after.
Well, no, just to top off of Darren's point, like LeBron, he had a terrible upbringing as a kid. So the fact that he could live a better life through his kid's eyes and seeing what he didn't have as pretty much an adolescent up to this point just shows that it's the little things that make LeBron a happy person.
Yes, man, and just to also say this, I agree everything what y'all said, but just to kind of talk about this from another angle. Let's be very clear. LeBron James is different than anybody else being at a game. I personally believe that LeBron James and all that he brought to the game of basketball, he could do whatever the hell he wants on the court. Okay? Now, look, can, our family members just hop on the court and do layups in a layup line with us? No. But can LeBron do that?
Yeah, you got clout.
Yeah.
Any gym
James.
LeBron goes to, listen, any gym LeBron walks into, he should be able to do what the hell he wants. If it's high school, he should be able to do whatever he wants. If it's elementary school kids, he should be able to do whatever the hell he wants. He has brought so much to the game of basketball that, yes, there is certain privileges that come with that. The same way I personally, if I'm coming to my little cousin's game, would feel uncomfortable being followed, being harassed for autographs, being harassed for pictures as I'm getting to a seat in the bleachers. Let's just be clear. It's different already for LeBron. You're not talking about that. We're not going to talk about when LeBron James walks in to see his son play that he probably has to stop and take a million photos, has to stop and be talked and harassed by millions of people in the whatever he is in the gymnasium,
park, whatever.
Whatever it is, we're not talking about that. Again, there's special privileges that come with being an NBA player, let alone LeBron James. And like Darren said, not even just the players on Bronny's team, but the players on the other teams. He's bigging up them. I think somebody posted that LeBron James had a conversation with one kid and was like, hey, I hope I'm still in the NBA by the time you're going to be in the NBA.
He told a young up-and-coming player that he hopes to see him in the league someday. Just because of the fact that, he played and he had a phenomenal game. And that just gets put to the back burner just because LeBron's over there celebrating for his son's team. The team that LeBron started is is receiving more criticism because he's happy for them. And in fact, it's just the fact that he's LeBron. Russell Westbrook has his own Why Not AAU program. Chris Paul has his own AAU program. They've been seen at the games, actually walking into the coaches' circle, scratching everything, and then coaching that team, being excited, clapping up on the court, yeah, when they make great defensive plays. And LeBron can't celebrate when his son makes a dunk on the sideline. He's not even in the coach. He's jumping for joy.
And to me, and this is
crazy,
you know, and if you want, you could add your 2 cents into it, just from a media perspective, and I'm more so aiming this directly at the likes of Jason Whitlock, the likes of the dude that works for Barstool. I'm aiming it directly at you guys because, you know, you guys are the ones with the journalism degrees and whatnot, to be in the position to post this and get the reaction that you're getting. So we are giving you the reaction, I guess, that you want. You're getting a hot take from us. So I guess good for you. Bravo. Let me just say this. There's so many angles that you can go with this. You know, if you want to talk about AAU basketball, one thing about LeBron James, and I've had the opportunity to see a few AAU games, a few tournaments, and during the summer. And the AAU game is heavily criticized right now. Just the style of play, the one-on-one is very selfish. It's all for scouts, things of that nature. LeBron James and what he preaches to his son is to just be the best teammate possible, which I feel like in that setting specifically isn't really being preached enough. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's about team basketball in the eyes of LeBron. I didn't see anybody talk about that. I didn't see anybody talk about that post that he made or when he made that statement. It's all about this. It just feels like
just that one angle they're taking it from.
What people choose to focus on is just absolutely ridiculous. Like you could be talking about so much more, pulling back so much layers, but it's just easier to say, hey, he's jumping around. Let's just talk about him jumping around. It's silly. If you go to any game, you know that there's always that one parent in the crowd that's out there yelling, screaming over excesses, I guess, if you will. But it just seems that because it's LeBron James, we have to make it a big story. And last but not least, you know, as for anybody questioning, you know, LeBron as a person, as a man, and saying, hey, like this isn't right. Again, you know, Darren, I think, opened it up saying, you know, you wish that you had somebody in the audience, but nonetheless, you had other parents out there clapping, supporting you, being there. So imagine those kids on the team that might not have that for either team. Imagine how dope it is that they get to play basketball and, you know, maybe LeBron doesn't even say anything to them, but just to be able to look out and say, wow, LeBron's watching me right now. If that doesn't give you a reason to play at a high level, I don't know what will.
Yeah.
Somebody that you see on TV. So that just his presence alone, not only for his son, but just for the game of basketball, for the game of AAU basketball, it makes it look great.
Yeah, the game. It's like I said. It's the basketball is now kind of revolves around youth. So he's plugging that stance, that stable that he didn't have as a child back into the youth. So, you know, for guys that are on his son's team that don't have their parents there, guys on the other team that don't even have their parents there, saying, "Oh yeah, I hope to see you in the league when you know I'm still there." He's plugging little things back into the community in terms of basketball, in terms of people, relationships, things like that. So those men can grow up and then lead that generation, and then keep that evolution and stigma going. That hey, you know, black dads don't really support their children like that, or show enough emotion and stuff like that. And you know, like these debates spark other debates into you know, pushing our generation forward. And you know, I just think that even though LeBron, you know, did one little thing and just support his son, he's gonna, you know, push the culture forward. So I applaud him for that. Maybe he didn't realize what he was doing, but you know, it's just good to see happy, healthy relationships, you know, with family, because you know nowadays everything is just so, you know, kind of like one-sided. You know, it's either you work and you don't really enjoy, you know, your kids' time, the people that you care about the most. So just really good to see. And it's just sad that people just, put him in a bad light because either they didn't come up with the same upbringing he's doing for his son, or it's just that the fact that it's just pure idiocy and jealousy. So.
Jealousy too.
Yeah.
And lastly, again, just to reiterate my point, not everybody is LeBron James. He gets back. He gets these privileges to do what he does. And anybody that has an issue with that or chooses to focus on that, to me, is just trying to find something negative to say about LeBron. Okay, there's so much other things to talk about. But yeah, we're going to cap it off there. If you guys like the content that you're seeing, again, like, comment, subscribe. All of our social media will be down in the description below. Thank you for watching.